students, welcome to the computer science class. In this tutorial, we will discuss about computer software, the first chapter of your book IT Planet class 7, and we will cover the topics about a software, we will learn about software, we will know the types of software, that is system software, application software, and we will also learn about different software suites. In this tutorial, you will find I will discuss about the first chapter. I will read through the chapter and I will discuss in between the lines. So, while going through, you will find that there are some texts which are highlighted already. These are the texts which are important, which may be some definition of some keywords, or they are important for you to remember. So while reading, you may give and you should give special emphasis to those lines. You may mark them in your book so that you don't forget it to read with special emphasis. Okay? Okay, let's begin with the chapter. So, software, we all know, it is the part of the computer system that allows us to do different kind of work. We get our work done, we get the particular kind of output, or it serve different purpose based on the software. We need different kind of software to do different kind of work. So these softwares are nothing but the instructions. The instructions are written step by step to get a particular task done. So let's see. A software, also called a program, consists of series of related instructions organized for a common purpose that tells the computer what tasks to perform and how to perform. It plays a vital role in computer system by creating a bridge between the computer hardware and the computer users. So when you call the term computer system, it includes the computer hardware, the computer software, and you are using the computer, you are the users. So it is the joint effort of the hardware and the software to give, to, to get your work done. You do the work with the help of some hardware, like the input devices, you have the output devices, you give the input, you give the instructions to the input devices by means of the mouse. You can see the movement of the cursor. It is actually the movement. I am moving my mouse on the mouse pad, and you can see the mouse movement on the screen. So there is some kind of input and the live output is seen on the screen. That is the movement of the mouse. So how it is done? It is the coordinated effort on behalf of the hardware and the software that we can get our work done. What is the work I am getting done by the hardware and the software right now? It is pointing to the lines I am reading. I have made a soft copy of the book IT Planet, that is the images of the pages I have scanned them using a scanner. So that is an input device. Now I can read it with the help of a software, that is a PDF reader I am using right now. It is enabling me to read through the PDF. I can see the images of the document I have created with the help of a scanner. So that's how it is serving my purpose. It is the coordinated effort of an input device and output device and the software I am using right now. So you can see that I am using all the three kinds of devices, all the three kinds of systems. That is a software I am using, an Acrobat reader, that is a PDF reader. I have been using a monitor for reading, that is displaying. The software is displaying its output on a output device, on a visual display unit, that is a monitor. And I am right now pointing under the lines I am reading, that is with the help of a mouse. I am pointing my mouse pointer and it is accordingly shown on the screen. So it is serving my purpose. Right. So software is a program. It consists of series of related instructions organized for a common purpose that tells the computer what tasks to perform and how to perform. So this PDF reader is meant for reading the PDF documents, the soft copies of documents. So it is made accordingly. It has got the instructions to do that job. So it is carrying out the processor of the software is executing the software and we can see the results on our output device, that is the monitor. So it plays a vital role in the computer system by creating a bridge between the computer hardware and the computer users. How I am using the computer right now? So it is taking the input from me and it is executing the based on my input, based on the instructions I am giving, and that in that way it is serving as a bridge between me and the hardware. What is the hardware? The CPU is getting instructions, it's executing the instructions. So CPU is the hardware, the processing device, taking the input from the input device of my computer and it is displaying the relevant output on the screen. So it acts as a bridge between the computer hardware and computer users. Users interact with the software through its user interface. The user interface controls how you enter data and instructions, how information is displayed on the screen. Softwares today often have graphical user interface with a GUI user with a graphical user interface. User interact with the software using the text, graphics, and visual images such as icons. So the user interface is the control through which you enter data, you give instructions, and it also gives you the way you see the information that has been processed by the computer. It is displayed on the screen on an interface on the that is given by the software. It is essentially a graphical user interface, having certain symbols, certain instructions written in the form of buttons like you can see. This is the interface of the PDF reader, where you can see the menus, the file menu, the edit menu, the view, sign, window, help, all these are menus. Under that there are home, tools, and then the tabs which I have opened, the files which I have opened are shown in tabs. So it is showing the output through this space. This is the space through which I can see a PDF. I can read a PDF document. And here these menus I can use for giving instructions to the software, to the computer. I will give the instructions on an interface. This is the interface having these commands. I can open a book, open a PDF book or PDF document through this open instruction. As soon as I click on this, a dialog box will open. You can see a dialog box will open that will show me the drives of the computer. My computer, there are drives. This will show me the drives. You can see I have the following drives: Windows C drive, the recovery drive, the D drive, E drive, F drive, and G drive. So these are the locations of my hard disk. E drive amongst it is just a virtual space that is there for the CD-ROM drive. If I use a CD-ROM on the drive, it will be shown here. This is not a hard disk drive, but all the others, that is C, D, C, D, F and G, are the hard disk drives. So I can view the locations, I can go to the particular location and find the document I want to use. For example, right now I want to open the document in APS. APS has the following folders. I want to open class 7. You can see I have these folders, list of children or classes, and I can open that document, the respective document in this particular PDF reader. Right. This is a PDF document. You can see I can use this document. I can open this document in this particular reader. If I click on open, it will open. So that way I can give instruction to the computer. To the interface the software is giving. I can give instruction and it will carry out my instruction through a graphical user interface. The graphical user interface means I am getting a graphics. See, this is a written word. I can see it, I can click on it, and I can get the work done. So like that. There are certain graphics like, you can see the graphics. These are the graphics. I can use a comment. I can use the highlighter to highlight text. I can underline some text. So like that, these are the graphics. I can click on them and to write a comment, to underline a text, or to highlight a text. So there can be so many options, so many features based on the software you are using, and it will be shown by some graphics. So it's a graphical user interface. Okay. Software is available in variety of forms like package software, custom software, web applications, open source software, shareware, and freeware. So how you get the software, in what form you are availing the software, based on that the computer can be categorized into this categories. That is package software. First see, It's a copyrighted software available in computer stores or on the internet. So it's a copyrighted software. Someone who has copied or some company who has manufactured it will have the copyright. No one else can copy it for business purpose or some commercial purpose and distribute it. So it has a copyright of the software. The package softwares are the copyrighted softwares that are available in the computer stores, or you can download it from the internet paying the charge. Next is custom software. It is customized for your purpose. So is the name. If you want a particular software for your need, then you may ask the programmers to develop and design custom software for you, which usually cost more than a package software. So what will the programmers do? The programmers will evaluate your requirements. They will go through the feasibility study of your requirements. They will check how it can be made easily, how your purpose can be solved in a better way. They will check all the possible ways and will make a software only for you, that is customized for you. So it will cost more than usual softwares. Okay. Next is web application. What is a web application? An application software that you can use on the web. That is, you need an active internet connection to use this software. Right? You can use this software only if you have an active internet connection. It is a website that allows users to access software from any computer that is connected to the internet. Types of application softwares include email, word processing documents like Google Docs, and game programs. So if you are having an application for checking your emails, can you check your email without logging in, without being connected to the internet? No, you cannot. You need to have an active internet connection so that you can log into the mail server and check the mails. Why you cannot do that? Because your mailbox is a mail server. It is not on your computer. It is on some other computer. That is a server computer, a mail server that is giving you some storage for receiving and storing your mails. Maybe your friends have sent you some email. Maybe your family, your teachers have sent you an email that will be saved on your mailbox, and you can check your mailbox by signing in to that server. So it is not resident within your computer. It is residing on some other computer. So you need an internet connection to check your mailbox. Similarly, there are application softwares like Google Docs, which is a word processing software made by Google. You can use it only if you log into your Google account through the internet. You can use Google Docs. So the softwares which you can use only if you are connected to the internet on a web server, on a server, are called the web application software. Next is the open source software. The main feature of this software is the source code of the software are open. You can use and do modifications to an open source software. Why? Because the source code is open to you. You can modify it for your purpose and use it. It is usually downloaded from the internet free of cost. Okay, so the source is open. What do you mean by source? Source means the source code of the software. You know that in a software there are instructions. Instructions are there which are executed step by step to do a particular work. So the high level language in which the instructions are written is in the form of a software. Now this source code or the language in which the software is written is available to you, and you can customize it, modify it for your purpose. So that is called open source. Mostly the source code is not open to you. In case of proprietary software which you purchase, like these softwares which we have talked about, the package software and custom software, the manufacturers will not give you the source code and you cannot modify it. They will modify it for you based on your requirement, but in case of open source software, you will get the source code to modify. Next is shareware. Shareware is a copyrighted software that is distributed free of cost for a trial period. You have make you have to make payment to the program developer if you want to use the program after the trial period ends. So you will be given the software free of cost only for a trial period. Okay, it is not that you can use the software for your lifetime free of cost. No, you just get a glimpse of it. You get to know whether it is useful for you or not, and if it is useful for you, you do pay for the software and use it. So that is called a shareware. Okay, but open source software, it is absolutely free of cost. You can download and use it free of cost. Moreover, you can modify it if you are trained enough to modify the source code of the software. You can modify it and do the necessary customization. Next is the freeware. It is the copyrighted software provided at no extra cost by an individual or a company that retains all rights to the software. So freeware is a copyrighted software at no extra cost by a company or an individual and retains all rights of the software. So you can use the software free of cost. But the only thing is the company retains all the rights to the software. You cannot sell it. You cannot modify it. You can only use it. So open source software and freeware. What is the difference between open source software and freeware? Both are free of cost. But in open source, you can modify the source code. But in case of a freeware, you cannot modify the source code. You can only use it free of cost. Next, register and activate the software. While installing a software after purchasing from a retail shop or downloading it from the internet, software program may ask you to register or activate the software. Registering the software usually involves submitting your name and other personal information to the manufacturer. Registering the software often entitles you to get technical support or product support. So when you purchase a software, you need to register yourself. There are so many people who are using the spy software, the, the, who are who have broken the copyright, and they will not get the updated patches or the upgradation the software has been gone through. So to get the required, as you have purchased the software, the original copyrights are there with you. So you register yourself so that the company knows that you are a authentic user of the software, and they will be providing you with the upgraded patches based on your registration. So register the software by providing your personal details on the company's website, on the manufacturer's website. You have to register your software. Next is product activation. Is a technique. Product activation is a technique that some software manufacturers use to ensure that software is not installed on more computers than legally licensed. The software does not function or has limited functionality until you activate it via the internet. So it's about registration and product activation. You do it both at the same time. The companies do it for ensuring that the legal legal customers who have purchased the software are using it, and not some unauthentic people are using the software because they have copyrighted the software, and someone who has not paid for it will not get the registration and cannot use it, the full version of it. Okay, so you need to register it to get the upgradation time to time from the software manufacturers. Types of software. We will see the types of software in our next tutorial, and if you have got any doubts from these categories of software based on the availability of software they are categorized, we have seen. If you have any doubt, ask your doubt in the comments, and I will try to give you answer and clear your doubts. Thank you.